Hey, Steve Bechtel here. I'm trying to cover some of these little topics in videos that we put in the articles because sometimes it's not as clear in the writing, and I know that some of you guys can't read. So this is a really simple method and way of looking at your training, and it all revolves around bouldering. So when we're bouldering, there's basically three things we can do. We can work on conditioning, we can work on strength and power development, or we can work on skill development. Most of us just go in and have a session, and it ends up being sort of an amalgamation of all those things. But if you can separate them out into discrete sessions, you're going to see better results from them. And so let me show you. When we look at our bouldering sessions, and we're going to do a conditioning session, where we're going to try to improve your endurance or your strength endurance or your capacities, whatever you want to call it. We can do a couple of things, and the way we quantify that would be to try to do an overall number of a large number of problems. And so that would include going into the bouldering gym, climb for an hour or 90 minutes, and keep track of all of the V grades that you achieve and add those up for a total sum at the end. Maybe it's 150 or 175 total V points. V zeros would count as V1 just because you want them to count as something. And so that's you're building your overall capacity for work in the gym. Now, if you want to improve your conditioning, particularly your anaerobic capacity, we want to measure density. And that means you're going to take this V sum and divide it by the time. And so if you did 90 V grades in 90 minutes, your density number would be 1, 90 divided by 90. If you were able to do those 90 problems 90 points in 45 minutes, your density value would be 2. And so the more V grades that you can compress into a given amount of time, the greater that density, and therefore the greater the value. And so if you quantify that stuff, you can see your endurance improve. Okay, the next thing, strength and power. It's all about increasing your average V grade session to session to session. If we're just paying attention to the average V grade, it keeps you from getting that mentality of trying to get tired, and it lets you focus on trying to improve your bouldering. You're going to rest plenty because you know you're trying to push that V grade up. If your average V last time was 4.5, you know that you need to be spending your time on V5 and above to pull that number up. And you're going to rest plenty, you're going to focus, you're going to try hard. And that way, we're going to develop greater strength and power just by working on harder problems. You don't need to complicate this. You don't need to get stupid with it. Just go with it. Okay, the third thing is skill. Well, again, we build skill no matter what we're doing in climbing, as long as we've got our climbing shoes on and we're moving over the rock or across the wall. But when you're trying to build skill, you can kind of shortcut that system. Yes, we can just climb and get really, really good. Yes, you can boulder outside and not pay attention to it at all and still improve. But if you want to get better faster than you are, you can break it down and work on skills. Keep your mind in the movement. Pay attention to what you suck at, what you're really good at. Work on mobility in between. Make sure that your hips and your shoulders are mobile enough. Practice mindset. Get out of the mindset of training and trying to make yourself tired. Get in the mindset of trying to make yourself better. Like if you were playing pool, you wouldn't be trying to get tired. This is the same thing. Also, work on anti-style. Find the things that you don't find entertaining, the things that you suck at, or the things that your peers are much better at than you are. And those are the things that you should focus on. Pick just a couple of things and work on those for an entire training cycle of 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, I hope this helps. It's a lot of information for one short video.